Good morning, dear students. We are going to today we are going to learn about tenses, and in tenses we are going to learn about simple present tense and present progressive. There is a little problem. Just yes, yeah. Today we are going to learn about tenses, and in tenses we are going to learn about simple present and present progressive. And let me first, introduce what is a tense and what is an aspect. In the last video, I have already introduced what is a tense and what is an aspect. Tense is a time described by a verb shown by its grammatical form. There are three tenses in English, namely present, past, and future. And everybody knows about this. Already in the last class, we have, I have explained in detail. And if it comes to aspect, there are also different kinds of tense within each main tense. That in every tense we have four aspects. They are simple, progressive, perfect, and perfect progressive. This also I have explained in the last class, last video, and we'll go to the verb forms. Okay, we have aspect. This also I have explained. Tenses we have present, past, future, and simple, progressive, perfect, progressive, and verb forms change from one aspect to another aspect. In present tense, we have simple present tense, write or writes, progressive, is, am, are, plus writing. Yeah, these things I have explained in the last class. Let me go to the next one in detail. We are going to have the each and every tense formula and how we are going to write that one. See, in the first one, simple present tense, the structure or formula for the simple present tense is subject plus V1 or Vs. Subject plus V1 or Vs plus object. It can be object or complement, whatever it is. And this part is very important for us, V1 or Vs. So let me see one example. Rama writes, maybe a letter. Rama writes a letter. See, Rama is singular. Whenever there is a singular, we have to use singular verb. That is verb S form we have to use. If it is plural, we have to use V1. See, they is plural. So we say they write a letter. Rama writes a letter. In the same way, in a subject verb agreement, in the previous video I have told you, subject and verb has to agree with each other. If the subject is singular, okay, then we have to use verb S form. The subject is plural, we have to use verb V1. Then if it goes to questions, okay, in simple present tense, as if we have questions, negatives, and also active, passive voice, passive voice. Okay, these four forms I am going to explain it now. In question, what happens? We have to bring the helping verb at the beginning of the sentence before the subject. We have to pull it. Here V1 Vs is it that, but helping verb is not there here. So wherever there is no helping verb, we have to use do form. In simple present tense, we use do or does. So it is like that. Rama writes a letter is equal to Rama does write a letter. They write a letter is equal to they do write a letter. Actually, there is helping verb, but it is hidden. We are not using it unless it is for emphasis sake. We use Rama does write a letter or they do write a letter. So we assume that there is do or does. So we have to bring that do or does in the beginning of the sentence or before the subject. So for making a question, Rama writes a letter, we say does Rama write a letter or do they write a letter? Do they write? They is plural, so we have to use do. Singular, we have to use does. In the same way, negative also, helping verb is very important. Without helping verb, we cannot make negative sentences. So, as I've already told you, we have to assume that there is do or does. Do form has to be used. So, after be form, after helping verb, we have to use not. That is a rule. So, Rama writes a letter. For this sentence, the negative is Rama doesn't write a letter. In the same way, they write a letter, they do not write a letter. So, what we have to do? We have to bring helping verb in between subject and not. Sorry, not has to be placed after helping verb. So since helping verb is not there, we have to bring do or does. In the same way, passive voice. Passive voice, what happens? Object will come at the beginning of the sentence. Then verb form changes. In active form, we only use V1 or VS. But here what happens? We have to use B form. In B forms, we have to use is, am, or any one of these depending upon the singular or plural of the object, not subject. Okay, it's here object is more important because object is in the position of subject. So it is actually subject. It is actually subject. Only for the explanation's sake, I am telling that object is at the beginning and subject is at the end. Actually, it is not like that. It is a subject now. So what we have to do? We have to use is, am, are. See, what is the object here? Letter. Okay, Rama writes a letter. Letter is singular, so we have to use is. If it is plural, letters, Rama writes letters. If it is, then letters are written. Then we have to use V3. Without V3, we cannot write any passive sentence. All the passive forms, V3 is very important. Then we have agent by Rama. So we have to write like this. A letter is written by Rama, or letters are written by Rama, or I am. If it is I, we have to say am. I am. Okay. I am given a pen. I am given a pen. It will be very very awkward to say I am written a letter. So we say I am given a letter. I am given a letter by my friend. Something like that we can say. So in the same way, a letter is written by them. So them plural, but still we have to use is because in object there is only a letter. Singular is there. So we have to use is. In the same way, let us go to present progressive. Present progressive, what happens? Now here V1 VS, but here we have to use B form plus verb being form. B form means once again is, am, are. In present tense, B forms are is, am, are. Past tense we have was, were, but in present tense we have only three B forms: is, am, are. Depending upon the subject, we have to use either is or am or are, whatever it is. If it is singular, we have to use is. If it is plural, we have to use are. If it is I, then we have to use am. But here in example, we have taken Rama and they. So Rama is singular, so we have to use is. Rama is, then verb ing form has to be added to verb. That is writing it becomes. Rama is writing a letter. In the same way, they are writing a letter. So there is a mistake actually. They are writing a letter. Then question form, what happens? We have to bring B form, helping verb at the beginning of the sentence. Already helping verb is there, so there we don't need to worry about it. So simply Rama is writing a letter, is has to be brought forward. So is Rama writing a letter? Are they writing a letter? Okay, it's very easy, quite easy. Then let's go to negative sentence. Already B form is there, so we don't need to worry about it. Simply we have to add not in between helping verb and the main verb. Rama is not writing a letter. They are not writing a letter. See here in the simple present tense and simple past tense only there is a problem because helping verb will not be there in simple present tense and simple past tense. In all the tenses we will have helping verbs. Okay, except simple present tense and simple past tense. In simple past tense we use did. Okay, whereas in simple present tense we use do or does. So that is very important. So Rama is not writing a letter. If it comes to passive voice, same thing. I told you object and subject has to be, shuffled, and object comes at the beginning of the sentence. Then here, let us see, here B form as it is will be there, but we have to use being plus V3. See in the simple present tense, simple present tense, there is no being. B form plus V3. But here B form plus being plus V3. So a letter is being written by Rama. B form plus being plus V3. This is very important. You see, a letter is being written by Rama. In the same way, a letter is being written by them. Whatever it is, we have to use B form plus being plus V3. Then let's go to present perfect. In present perfect, we have subject place, has or have place, V3 place. That means we have to use have form here. Okay. See, in simple present tense, we are not using any helping verb as such, but in question negative and passive voice, we have, of course, do form and also be form in passive voice. So in present progressive, we are using be form. Present perfect and present perfect progressive, we are going to use have form. So here, subject plus have plus V3. So once again, V3 has to be used in present perfect tense. So have plus V3, that is very important. Rama, then in have form, once again, there is subject verb agreement problem. If subject is singular, we have to use has. If it is plural, we have to use have. See, in Rama is singular, so we use has. Rama has written a letter and they have written a letter. They is plural, so we have used have. In the same way, present perfect question. So we have to bring a helping verb at the beginning of. So already we have. So has Rama written a letter? Have they written a letter? In the negative, we have to put not between helping verb and main verb. The same rule in all these things, except here we have no helping verb, so we have to use do or does. In other tenses, it's no problem. Simply we have to put not in between helping verb and main verb. Rama has written a letter is positive. Rama has not written a letter is negative. They have written a letter is positive. They have not written a letter is negative. In the same way here, see here the structure is B form plus V3 plus, sorry, here typing error. Actually, I will tell you, we have to use have form plus been plus V3. Here B form plus ing plus V3, but here have form plus have form plus been plus written. So it has to be like that. A letter has been written by Rama. If it is letters, then we have to use letters have been written by them. Letters have been written by. Letters is plural. If it is plural, we have to use have. Otherwise, we have to use has. Then present perfect progressive. The structure is subject plus has or have plus been plus verb being form plus objective. So let us see here. Have form will be there. Then we have to use been in between and verb being form. So progressive means ing form will be there. Present progressive we have ing form. Present perfect progressive also we have ing form. And in the present perfect we have form. We have to use have form. So we can say that this is a combination of present progressive and present perfect. Present perfect. So the structure is have form place, been place, verb being form. So Rama has been writing a letter. Rama has been writing a letter. In the same way, they have been writing. They is plural. They is plural. So we have to use they have been writing a letter. In the same way, question we have to bring helping verb at the beginning of the sentence. So has Rama been writing a letter? Have they been writing letters? The same way, negative Rama has not been writing a letter. They have not been writing a letter. But remember, passive voice, present perfect progressive has no passive form. In the same way, even past perfect progressive also has no passive form. Even future perfect progressive also there is no passive form. Passive forms in future we have no. We don't have two passive forms. That is even future continuous tense also we have no passive voice. Let's go to the next one, past tense. See, in the present tense we have V1 or VS, simple present tense. But when it comes to simple past tense, it is just V2. Rama wrote a letter, they wrote a letter. So there is no problem with the subject verb agreement. Whatever the subject it may be singular or plural. We don't need to worry, just we use V2. Rama wrote a letter, they wrote a letter. In question also there is no problem because already, once again there is a problem here. We have to use did because there is no helping verb. So we have to use did. So did has to be brought forward. Did Rama, then V2 will become V1. This has to be taken care. Even in present tense, Does Rama write a letter? It is not writes. Does Rama write a letter? So once S is marked at the helping verb, there is no need of marking once again at the main verb. So does Rama write a letter? In the same way, past continuous or sorry, simple past tense also, since already past marker is added to helping verb, there is no need of adding a past marker to the main verb. So did Rama write a letter? Not did Rama wrote a letter. In a statement we say Rama wrote a letter, but in question, did Rama write a letter? Did they write a letter? So there is no subject verb problem. So did they write a letter? In negative, once again we have to bring did. Okay, as we brought here, Rama did not write a letter. Rama did not write a letter. They did not write a letter. Then if it comes to passive, the rule is same. Okay, be form plus V3. So in present tense, what we do, we use is am are, but here we use was or were. Same rule. Be form plus V3. So we say that a letter was written by Rama. A letter was written by them. If it is plural, if object is plural, we say letters were written by Rama. Letters were written by them. So same rule. There we use is am are, but here we use was were. There is no need of now getting confused. It's very actually learning. It is very easy actually learning tenses. But only thing is we have to be a bit careful. Once we learn present tense rules, once we learn present tense, then all will be almost all same. Okay. See, I'll tell you past progressive. What is the rule for? What is the formula for present progressive? It is a subject plus be form plus verb form. Here also be form plus verb form. Being form. But in present tense, what we do, we use is, am, are, but here we are using was, were. Is, am, are, was, were, all be forms. Okay, in present tense, we use is, am, are, but here we are using was, were. Rama was writing. They were writing. Okay. Was Rama writing? See, question. So already helping verb is there. So there is no need of worrying about it. Okay. Was Rama writing a letter? Were they writing a letter? Okay. Were they writing a letter? In the same way, negative. Already helping verb is there. So we don't need to worry. Rama was not writing a letter. They were not writing a letter. See here, once again, same present tense formula only. The formula is be form plus being plus V3. There we use is, am, are, but here we use was, were. So a letter was being written by Rama. A letter was being written by them. Letters were being written by them. Letters were being written by them. Then past perfect, same rule. There we use have form, but here also we are using have form only, but there we use present have form, has or have. But here we are using had plus V3. Rama had written a letter. They had written a letter. In the same way, had plus subject plus V3. Had plus subject plus V3. Had Rama written a letter. Had Rama written a letter. That is, had has to be brought forward. Had Rama written a letter? Had they written a letter? In the same way, not, that is negative. So what we have to do, we have to put not in between helping verb and main verb. Rama had not written a letter. They had not written a letter. Then we have passive voice, same formula, be form plus, sorry, it's wrong. Actually, there has to be correction. Had plus been plus written. Same have form only, but here we use have, had. A letter had been written by Rama. A letter had been written by them. Even if it is plural, same, had only. Letters had been written by Rama. Letters had been written by them. So there is no problem with the subject verb agreement in the past perfect tense. But in present perfect tense, of course, we have has or have. We have to use either has or have. But in past perfect tense, there is no problem. So we can use had directly. And the past perfect progressive, the same rule, had plus been plus verb being form. In present perfect continuous tense, we use have plus been plus verb being form. Same have form only, but here instead of has or have, we use had. That's a simple thing. Rama had been writing a letter. They had been writing a letter. And then question, as far as question is concerned, this helping verb has to be brought forward. Had Rama been writing a letter? Had they been writing a letter? In negative also, not has to be put between helping verb and main verb. So Rama had not been writing a letter. But here you see two helping verbs are there, had and been, had and been. So in between two helping verbs, we have to use
Rama had not been writing. We don't say Rama had been not writing. Rama had not been writing a letter, and there is no passive voice in past perfect progressive, as I've already told you. Let's go to the future tense. Future tense, we have simple future tense. Here it is almost all like present tense only, but what we do, we add will and little bit changes. In present tense, we use V1 or Vs, but once we add, helping verb will, there is no need of using Vs. Okay, directly we use V1, irrespective of subject singular or plural. Subject can be singular or plural. You don't need to worry. Just you use V1. So we write Rama will write a letter. They will write a letter. In present tense, Rama writes a letter, but here Rama will write a letter, not writes. Rama will write a letter. They will write a letter. In question, there is no, we don't need to worry already because we have helping verb. That helping verb has to be brought forward. So will Rama write a letter? Will they write a letter? In the same way, negative also, since already helping verb is there, Rama will not write a letter, they will not write a letter. In the same way, passive voice also, here what we do, actually in present tense, be form plus V3. So we have to use will at the beginning of the sentence. So a letter will be written by Rama. In present tense, a letter is written by Rama. Okay, there we use is, am, are. Three options are there, but here there is no option. Directly you use be. A letter will be written by Rama. A letter will be written by them. Letters will be written by Rama. Letters will be written by them. So there is no need to worry about singular or plural. Okay. Then if we come to future progressive, subject plus will plus be plus verb being form, same thing. Okay, there we use be form plus verb being form. We use is, am, are, but here we are going to use directly be. That's all. So Rama will be writing a letter. There in simple present tense we use Rama is writing a letter, but here we are going to use Rama will be writing a letter. They will be writing a letter. Question already helping verb is there, so we have to bring forward, will Rama be writing a letter? Will they be writing a letter? In the same way, subject, Rama, same. We have to use not in between two helping verbs. Rama will not be writing a letter. They will not be writing a letter. In the same way, if it comes to future perfect tense, same rule. Okay, same. It is almost all like present tense only. There we use have or has, but here directly we use have. There is no need of using has. So will plus have plus V3. Rama will have. In present tense, what happens? Rama has written, but here we are going to use have. Rama will have written a letter. They will have written a letter. In the same way, question already helping verb is there. So helping verb has to be brought forward. Will Rama have written a letter? Will they have written a letter? Like that. We have to bring a helping verb for making questions. The only rule is that we have to bring the helping verb at the beginning of the sentence. We have to move it from the second position to first position. Then we have negative. Negative also same rule. Okay, we have to use not after helping verb. Rama will not have written a letter. They will not have written a letter. Then let us come here. We have will have. Yeah, here it is correctly written. Object will plus have plus been plus V3. Okay. So a letter will have been written by Rama. Okay. Whereas in present tense we use a letter has been written by Rama. Has. But here there is no need of using has at all. Directly we use have. So a letter will have been written by them. Okay. See, I told you there is no passive voice for future progressive. So there is no. There is one rule. One observation I made is in active voice or active voice, wherever there is be, direct be, okay, there is no passive voice. See here, future progressive we have be, and almost all, okay, been is used. Present progressive been is there, be or been. Present progressive, present perfect progressive we have been, past perfect progressive been is there. So even future perfect progressive there is been. So wherever be or been, so here also be is there directly. In no other sentence we have be directly. We use is, am, are, or was, were. So here since be is there, there is no passive voice. So future perfect continuous tense also, a letter will have been written by Rama. A letter will have been written by them. If it comes to future perfect progressive, same thing, we add will. And instead of has, we have to use have. Rama will have been writing a letter. They will have been writing a later. Then will place subject place continuous tense, future perfect progressive, same rule. So we have to bring helping verb forward. So will Rama have been writing a letter? Will they have been writing a letter? In negative, you have to add not. Okay. So Rama will not have been writing a letter. Will not have been. Will not have is a mistake here. Rama will not have been writing a letter. They will not have been writing a letter. And there is no passive voice in future perfect progressive. Now, let us go in detail how we are going to repeated where present tense has to be used. Repeated actions. That is a basic rule. That is a basic rule for progressive simple, progressive tense, sorry, simple present tense. The basic rule is repeated actions are used in regular intervals. Wherever the action is repeated at regular intervals. Okay, today something happened, yesterday also happened, day before yesterday also happened, for so many years, and we don't know when actually it started, and also in future also it will go, it will continue happen, and we don't know when it will end also. Such actions are expressed in simple present tense. They can be facts. For example, say suppose repeated actions. Let me give an example. I brush my teeth every day. From when? I don't know. I don't remember actually. Since my birth. And till when I will do, I don't know. How many years I will live, I don't know. Till then, I'll be brushing. I brush my teeth. I take bath every day. I play football. I play football. Okay. Maybe I have started some 1 year ago, 2 years ago. I don't know. I am not mentioning when I have started, and I don't know when I am going to end it. So simply I say I play football, I watch TV. So all these things are happening regularly for so many days, and we don't know when actually it started, and we don't know when actually it ends. Okay, if suppose we know when actually it started, then we have to use different tense that I will tell you later. And facts. Okay, facts means some truths. For example, water boils at 100 degrees. It is a fact. It is a verifiable fact. Okay. In the same way, universal truth. Sun rises in the east. It is again universal truth. Wherever you go, it is true. You go to America, sun rises in the east only. You go to China, it will be the same. So it is universal truth. Generalizations. I see generalizations means I make some generalizations. Suppose I say he is a very good person. He is a very good person. And that generalization, as far as me is concerned, is true. Okay, maybe other people's may disagree, but it doesn't matter. When I think something is true, I can use it in simple present tense. Then scheduled events in the near future. Scheduled events in the near future. Suppose if something is already pre-planned, suppose timetable. Okay, we have English class tomorrow at 10 a.m. Okay, we have English class as per timetable. It is already scheduled. So scheduled in the same way, the train leaves at 10 p.m. So it is a scheduled event. So such scheduled events are expressed in simple present tense. Then stative verbs. Stative verbs means they don't have any actions as such, but they show our feelings and our emotions. Such verbs cannot be used in present continuous tense. Such verbs can only be used in simple present tense. Let us discuss in detail about all this. I have actually prepared 6 sub rules for using present tense, and let us discuss in detail with some examples as well. Repeated actions. Use a simple present to express the idea that an action is repeated or usual. The action can be a habit, a hobby, a daily event. See, you have to take care of this. Action can be a habit. You have some habits, like you collect stamps. Okay, that's your habit. Hobbies also are expressed in simple present tense. Daily event, every day you brush your teeth every day. A scheduled event, like I told you, we have English class every Monday. Okay, it is a scheduled event. The train leaves at 10 a.m. something like that, or something that often happens. Often means after every time it happens, every day it happens, or every week it happens, every month it happens. So at regular intervals, it need not be a everyday event. For that matter of fact, for example, I say I go to movies once a month. I go to movies once a month. Once a month only it happens, so no problem. It is happening for so many years, and it is going to happen for so many years. So we use simple present tense. And here I have some examples for you to consider. I play tennis maybe every day. She doesn't play tennis. See, she doesn't like, so we simply use simple present tense. Does he play tennis? Question. The train leaves every morning at 8 a.m. See, scheduled event. The train doesn't leave at 9 a.m. It is also scheduled. It is not there in schedule. So we can say, when does the train usually leave? Again, we are questioning on the schedule. She always forgets her purse. It is habit. Okay, he never forgets his wallet. Again, it's a habit, negative habit. Every 12 months, the earth circles the sun. It is universal truth. Does the sun circle the earth? It is again based on the universal truth. Okay, it's a question. Now let's go to some more rules are there. Facts or generalizations. The simple present can also indicate that speaker believes a fact was true before, is true now, and will be true in the future. Okay, so these are my beliefs. It need not be, verified by others. The others may not accept it, but that's not important for us. That's not important for us. Whatever that we believe, we can tell it in simple present tense. It is also used to make generalizations about people or things. So let us consider some examples so you understand. So I consider that this whatever that I say has been true in the past, and it will be true in the future. So such sentences can be used in simple present tense, like cats like milk. That is my belief. Maybe some cats may not like milk. It doesn't matter. But as far as the milk is concerned, cats like milk. Birds do not like milk. Do pigs like milk? California is an America. I believe I believe that Washington is in India. I can tell. Washington is in India. Okay. There is grammatically it is not wrong. Grammatically it is not. Maybe factually it is wrong. But as far as grammar is concerned, it is not, because I believe it. So I say California is not in the United Kingdom. Okay, this is also true as far as the speaker is concerned. Here we are not, fact checking. Windows are made of glass. Why? Windows are only made of glass. But I believe that Windows has to be made by glass, so made of glass. So Windows are made of glass. Windows are not made of wood. New York is small city. Is it so? But I believe it is not important that this fact is untrue. If fact and it is not important whether the fact is true or untrue. What I believe is important. I believe that New York is a very small city. I believe that Hyderabad is a very big city, very large cosmopolitan city. It's okay. Even if I believe, so for example, a small city like Mahbub Nagar is a large city. Okay, it's true. As far as grammatically, there is no problem with that sentence. Then use of simple present tense. Another some more rules are there. Scheduled events in the near future. I told you timetable. It's already scheduled in the timetable. That whatever it may be. Use simple present tense to talk about scheduled events in the near future. This is most commonly done when talking about public transportation, like train, bus, scheduled. Okay, scheduled timings of buses, scheduled timings of flights, scheduled timings of trains. But it can be used with other scheduled events as well, like class. Okay, English class. When is English timetable? We have timetable, right? So if something is scheduled, we can use it in simple present tense. Example, see here it is in future. It is in future. It's going to happen in future, but it is already scheduled. So we can use it in simple present tense. The train leaves tonight at 6 p.m. So it has not yet started. It is not starting now. It is going to happen in future, but it is scheduled. So we say in simple present tense. The bus doesn't arrive at 11 a.m. It arrives at 11 p.m. See, it is again, we are talking about the schedule of the bus. When do we board the plane? See, again, it's a schedule. The party starts at 8 o'clock. It is scheduled to start at 8 o'clock. When does class begin tomorrow? It's again, we are talking about, we are questioning about the schedule. Okay, when is the class going to be commences from tomorrow? Like that. scheduled actions, even though they occur in the future, we can use it in simple present tense. Then we have some more rules. Stative verbs. Okay, stative verbs, I told you, are always used in simple present tense. These verbs are also called state or non-continuous verbs. They cannot be used in continuous tense. Some stative verbs are, yes, I have, no, just, for giving example, I've given you some stative verbs like know, belong, love, realize, fit, hate, suppose, contain, want, mean, consist, need, understand, seem, etc. All these are stative verbs. All these are stative verbs. Okay, examples are I adore misty mornings. We cannot say I am adoring. I adore, that's all. He agrees. We don't say he is agreeing. She appears. We don't say she is appearing. I appreciate. I am appreciating. Not possible. The magician astonished. We cannot say the magician is astonishing. Who are you supposed to be? Who are you supposed to be? See, state. Do you believe in life after love? We cannot say believing. Belong, you don't belong to this world. You cannot use in this context. You cannot use you are not belonging to this world. We can't say this conversation doesn't concern you. The protein shake consists of raw eggs, milk, vanilla extract. This box contains all my bowling trophies. Giving that up doesn't cost you a thing. So like that, we have so many examples I have presented you. Now let's go to present progressive tense. Here also we have, I have demarked 5 major rules for using present progressive tense. The first one is unfinished actions now. That means action is happening right now. It started some time back. It is happening now. And it's going to happen for some more time. Example, I am working at the moment now. So right now I'm working, and it started some time back, and it's going to stop after short a while. Temporary situations. I am living in London. So temporary. It is not permanent. I am living in London means maybe yesterday I started living, and today and maybe for 2 more days or 3 more days I am going to live in London. Temporary habits. He is eating a lot these days. Usually habits are used in simple present tense, but temporary habits, maybe for 2 or 3 days he started doing that. So we say we can use present continuous. Temporary. Then annoying habits. It is like complaining. When somebody is doing something, irritatingly, we can complain that in continuous. You are always washing your room. Okay, it is a complaint. You wash your room. Okay. You brush your teeth. It's okay. You are always brushing your teeth. Whenever I see you brushing your teeth. Okay, you're always brushing your teeth. It is like a kind of a complaint, annoying habits. Then definite future plans. See, I told you, scheduled events are explained in simple present, whereas definite future plans, you plan something and you are very sure you are going to do that. Okay, it is not scheduled as such. So then you say, I am meeting my father tomorrow. Then let us see some rules. Use of present progressive tense. First, we use a present continuous for things that are happening, speaking. These things usually last quite a short time, uh, and they are not finished when we are talking about them. It is sometimes is called real present tense, because whatever that is happening right now, we use it in present progressive tense. That's why it is also called real present tense, because the real present actions are used in present progressive tense. For example, I am working at the moment. So right now I am doing, right now what I am speaking, I am talking, I am teaching, I am taking video. Please call back as we are eating dinner now. Right now it's happening. Julie is sleeping. Right now she is sleeping, in that way. Then we can also use this tense for other kinds of temporary situations, even if the action isn't happening at this moment. John's working in a bar until he finds job in his field. So it is not a permanent situation. It is a temporary situation. He is just temporarily working in a bar, but actually he is trying to find a good job. I'm reading a really great book. Suppose somebody will ask, suppose somebody is great lover of books. He always reads books. Then I can ask a question. What are you reading now? Actually, he has no book in his hand, but still I can ask you, what are you reading now? Then he can say, I am reading Bhagavad Gita. Right now, he is not reading Bhagavad Gita, but maybe for 3 or 4 days, he started 3 or 4 days back, started reading Bhagavad Gita, and he is going to finish it in 3 or 4 days. So it is a temporary activity again. So this temporary activity can be used in present continuous. She is staying with her friend for a week. So this is also a temporary. Only for a week she is going to stay, and she is going to find her own room, and she is going to shift to that room. So here temporary situations are used in present continuous tense. They see here, here I've given you two sentences for you to consider or compare. I work in a school. It is a permanent situation. Permanently, you have been working, and you are not going to find. You are not trying to get into a new job. You feel that it is a permanent. So you say, I work in a school. Suppose if you say, I am working in a school, it may mean that you are trying to shift your job. You are trying to find a new job. I think it's a temporary situation. Okay, when you use continuous tense, it is a temporary situation. Then use of present progressive tense. Use of present progressive tense. We can use present continuous for temporary or new habits. For normal habits that continue for a long time, we use a present simple. We often use this with expression like these days. I told you, temporary habits. He is eating a lot these days. Usually he doesn't eat a lot, but for past 2 or 3 days, he is eating a lot. She is swimming every morning. She didn't used to do this. Every morning she is swimming, maybe for 3 or 4 days. But maybe I'm not very sure. She will continue for many days. She is going to stop in 2 or 3 days. You are smoking too much nowadays. You smoke too much. That is permanent. You are smoking too much is temporary. Another present continuous tense use is for habits that are not regular but that happen very often. In this case, we usually use an adverb like always, forever, constantly. Often we use the present continuous in this way to talk about an annoying habit. I told you it's a complaining. Okay, you got annoyed seeing that happening. So you complain it. Okay, to whom you are going to complain? To the speaker only. You're going to say that she is doing like that. Okay, she is always complaining, she's always washing, she's always sweeping, she's always cleaning the dishes. Okay, like that. You are forever losing your keys. So you are always losing your keys. You're always losing your keys. She's constantly missing the train. She's always missing the train. Okay, Lucy is always smiling. She is always smiling, like that. It's a kind of complaint. So in the same way, one other rule is future uses. The next use is for definite future arrangements. Okay, so suppose you plan something and that's going to happen, you believe, so you can use it in present continuous. See example, I am meeting my father tomorrow. I'm very sure I'm going to do that. We're going to teach beach at the weekend. Okay, we're going to the beach the weekend. It is planned, and you are very sure, you are determined to do that. I'm leaving at 3. I'm leaving the house, maybe I'm leaving the college at 3 o'clock. So like that, there is a slight difference, scheduled actions are used in simple present tense, whereas future plans, okay, are used in present progressive tense. You are very sure, you are damn sure that you are going to do that. In that case, we use present continuous tense. Thank you very much. I hope I made it very clear. Uh, uh, we'll have many more such videos. We are going to complete, we're going to have complete videos on tenses. Thank you very much.